So you can read all the books on control of the nervous temperament. Remember, one who gets angry, that sort of shit. The luxury of being able to live that way requires that you can't work on a railroad train. The guy says, Jesus Christ, you call this scrambled eggs, the eggs are sitting there, they're cold. He can't say a man's temperamental, exhausted, doesn't have enough energy to be reasonable. Yes, you're right, sir. Very hard is not that attitude, because people come at you. Now, most of us, or I should say some of us here, can carry a bag of shit that high. Guy can bitch about the eggs. His woman says, my God, the sun coming through the windows there to do something about these trains is awful. Can I get a seat on the other side? You know, especially if the seats are reserved. I don't think they are yet. So you can afford to take like 16 complaints a day. But if it's 104, Carl's eyeballs roll up, even with Loeb in his hand. Because the real world, you know, a lot of people walk out there and say, I wonder what Fresco would think of me now, yelling at this old guy in the seat. Because you even look at yourself and laugh when you go in the other room and say, I guess I'm some kind of jerk. You're not some kind of jerk. You're subject to genuine worldly pressures. So the question again is, it doesn't matter how many years you come to these sessions. What does matter is what's pushing you out there. How many corrugated fingers are up your ass with thorns on the end of the corrugations, moving up and down. And that is why people have difficulty, because they must exit this place into the real world. Now, the only thing you can do, and a dangerous thing for people to come to these sessions, is they might be able, here's what I do. If I find that I'm now able to take 16 bits of horseshit per day, I've learned to do that. At first I could only take 4, and then I blow my sack. Now I can take 16. The trouble is, when I take 16 now, I'm still all right, so I'll take a little more, because I'm that well adjusted. And I take on more. Now I'm super uptight, because I've surpassed the limit of my ability to handle stress. So the trouble with some of us, though, that we do make progress, but we take on more. We extend ourselves more. See, if you find you can write 20 pages a day, you say, geez, I think I'll go 40 a day. And on the end of the day, it'd be like that. If you can do 20 conveniently, just do 22. Don't go pushing yourself, because then you can get the hate writing. You can write yourself right out of existence. Like I said to some people here, when you got a painting and you paint the scene of the ocean, and you say, gee, that's a beautiful ocean scene, I think I'll add a little more blue, a little more yellow, you can paint the picture right out until it becomes a lemon. There are people that have overpainted the thing out of existence. You think you know what I mean? All right. You can overcorrect script till it becomes shit. You know, if you're so finicky that every line has to be changed continuously, then you can write yourself right out. All right. A person engaged in, a person that has arrived at a state of a high degree of emotional proficiency, you must learn what your ease point is. If you can take 18 problems a day, well, stay at 18 and get off. Tomorrow you're great. You can handle anything. Now, in fact, if you can stay at 15, you're even wiser. Okay? Now, sometimes we start out with a high level of energy. You say, well, this is my day. You got a high level of energy. And you go into a tub of horseshit because you've got a high level of energy. And you exhaust yourself. Because the judgment made in the early morning, because I feel so great, I expose myself to horseshit in excess of that which I can take. So whenever you make a judgment at a high energy level, I suggest when somebody calls you and suggests something to you, say, call me back at 4 o'clock and I'll let you know. And because in great enthusiasm, you might make a decision that you don't care for. I'll revert back to something I said in the past.